Hi VC, it's Aaron, Meet the Alamere. About a couple weeks ago, I did a video showing my top 20 like glam, hair metal type debut records from bands. And I said in that video I have about 50 more I could have shown, and some people were asking me to show them. So I'm just going to show the rest of these. These are all debut albums between 1982 and 1992 by that style. I mean, they could be, it's a very vague concept, that style, so some people won't agree with all these being in there, but I didn't put any thrash or just straight heavy metal. These all had some of the glam or sleaze metal kind of things mixed into them. So I will start off and I'll show the records first, and then I have a few cassettes. So I got King Cobra, Ready to Strike, really great band. And this is cool, it has Carmen Appice, and this right here is Mick Sueda, who's the guitarist for Bullet Boys after this. And we got Johnny Rod on the bass, who was in Wasp on the Headless Children, so that's pretty cool. Really cool band, King Cobra. And then this is an all-female band, Diamond Claw. And as far as I know, this is the only thing they had. This is an EP, and it's really good. They're more straight heavy metal, but they got a little glam in them too. So Diamond Claw. This here is a very glam band. Well, sort of, a little keyboardish, but pretty good. Roxanne. Pretty good album here, actually. I like this one. And then this is a really good band. I think they're from Utah, because when I lived in Utah, they played a lot of their second album called Unleashed on the radio there, and I really loved the album Unleashed. That's never been released on vinyl. But this is Rock Hard from Britain, and the lead singer's last name is Britain, and that's where they get their name from. Really good. This isn't quite as good as Unleashed, but it's a good, solid debut album. And here's one I played on one of my Tipsy Tuesdays not long ago. This is The Boogeymen with No One... There's No Such Thing as the Boogeymen. Really good stuff here, very different. Kind of in the tail end of that era. This one here, I can't believe I've forgotten my first one. This is an obvious one here. Pretty Boy Floyd, Leather Boys with Electric Toys. Really good album. Of course, this looks a lot like the Kiss Destroyer album cover. But, they're as glam as it gets. Really solid music here. They actually do Toast of the Town, which Motley Crue... I think Motley Crue originally maybe did that, and it was on like bonus stuff for Too Fast for Love, that era. So pretty cool. They do a cool version of it. Not as good as the Motley Crue version. I've heard that too. This here's a really great Canadian band, Kick Axe with Vices. Love this album. Got a couple of albums from them. Really cool band. I like Kick Axe a lot. And speaking of axes, we got some Lillian Axe with their debut. And this is the only album I have by them. I have their second one, which is my favorite they did, All's Fair in Love and War, on cassette. And I have their third one, I forgot the name, Poetic Justice, I think, on CD. All three of them are great. This is probably my least favorite of those three, but this is a great debut. And of course, you can't forget Lizzie Borden. He's a little more heavy at, his band. It's not him, the band Lizzie Borden. There's also the singer goes by that name, but Lizzie Borden's really good. But they were glamming it up with all the big hair and everything too, so I just threw that one in there. This one here is one of my favorite bands of all time, Love Hate with Blackout in the Red Room. Amazing record here. I absolutely love it. Their first three albums are all masterpieces as far as I'm concerned. Absolutely love this band. And I heard they're putting out a new album. I got to get it. So, great band there. I saw them open up for Dio on the Lock Up the Wolves tour. Really cool show. This here's the first album from London with Nonstop Rock. Like London a lot. I've got 3 albums of them thanks to my buddy JC. So there's London. And a lot of band members from other bands came out of London that played with them like when they were coming up, including like Nikki Sixx and Blackie Lawless. A bunch of other people played in London. This one here, more of a guitar virtuoso guy, but his second album was really into the glam metal scene. This is Mossy with Fire in the Rain. And their second album, Downtown Dreamers, I have that, and they had videos, they were right in the middle of it all. Really cool, really good guitarist, Alex Mossy, great band, great album there. This one here is more just straight metal, but I just put them in. Malice with In the Beginning, great band here. And, you look at that, that's almost like, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden looking, but, they're right in that. That's, like I said, it's hard to, these to differentiate all these things. So this is a great band from Japan, Loudness, with The Birthday Eve, and this was their debut. They became really pretty popular in the States afterwards, but their first 2 albums are really hard to get in the States. Great album. Killer band. I love Loudness. This one here is really on the mellower side of this. Lionheart. Almost a hard rock, but they were kind of in it too. If you look at them, you know, this isn't my favorite album in the world, but it's all right. It's called Hot Tonight. And then kind of similar to that, but this is a way better band. This is Lion with Dangerous Attraction. This is actually a pretty cool band here. It's got Doug Aldrich on the guitar, so that's really cool. Mark Edwards on the drums. You know, this is a pretty good band here. Solid album. And then from Australia, which I didn't realize they were from Australia until after I did my Australian video, Kings of the Sun. Great band, great album here. Like this one a lot too. Black Leather, I remember listening to that all the time when it was out. Great stuff. And then we got some Johnny Law. Great debut album. I think it's their only album. Love this one. I played this on one of my Tipsy Tuesdays as well. Really killer stuff. This is towards the tail end, more of the sleaze metal, you know, that type of stuff, more of the bluesy metal side of it. One of the pioneers, and this came out 1 year earlier, but I threw it in because they were one of the pioneers of this scene, and I felt like they had to be shown. This is Hanoi Rocks with Bangkok Shocks, Saigon Shakes, Hanoi Rocks. Love these guys. They were one of the first glam metal bands, and I had to throw them in because I really like them. And here's a female fronted one. This is Femme Fatale. Waiting for the Big One was the big hit on this. Pretty good band. There you go, Femme Fatale. And of course we got Extreme with their debut. This is actually my favorite album they did. I really don't care for Extreme after this album. I never really, I don't know why, they just never clicked with me, but this album's got some good stuff on it. And here, this is a band called Eden. There they are. This one here I just got as a VCLT from my buddy Angel, and this is a great album. Meridian. I mean, they got a little bit of keyboards, but it's not over the top with the keyboards, which is where I don't really like the keyboard sound as well in my metal. Some of it's all right when it's not overstated, but this is a really good album. Ready to Rock, that first song. Great stuff. Really good band here, Meridian. And this is almost an AC/DC-ish type. Right in the middle of this era too. Rhino Bucket, love these guys. This is an amazing record. And then of course, coming out of the ashes of Odin was the Lost Boys with Randy O on the vocals and Jeff Duncan on the guitar from Odin. Great band. Totally unique record. I absolutely love this one. And in America, they have a different name. They're the Choir Boys. In America, they're the London Choir Boys, so the Bit of What You Fancy. This is an amazing record. I love this. The singer almost has a Rod Stewart quality to his voice, but they're just like a good party rock album. Good stuff here. Love that album. This is a lot more along the sides of the biker metal. Circus of Power's debut. Love this. Their third album, Magic of Madness, is one of my absolute grails. It's one of my favorite albums of the early 90s. This one here is excellent. Really killer record. They're a really great band, Circus of Power. And then here's another Canadian hard rock metal band, Headpins, with their debut, Turn It Loud. It's a great one. Darby Mills, great vocalist, and this album rocks. Their other two are a little more keyboardish sounding. This is a really rocking album here. Love this. And this one here, this is a great band, TT Quick. Man, I love this. Medal of Honor. I almost didn't throw this in because it's more just mainstream metal, but you know, they're right in the middle of all that too, so. TT Quick. And then of course I got some XYZ, which I can't remember. I might have had this in my other one. I don't think so though. There's XYZ, their first album. Their second album, Hungry, I actually like a little better than this, and that's one of my top grails as well. I don't have that on any format, and I love that record. This one's great too. Inside Out was the single. Played all over MTV when it was out. Good stuff. And this is an interesting band here. This is a two-piece band, Sye, S-Y-E, called Turn On and Turn On the Fire. This is a really good album here. I really like this. Very kind of a rare record, Sye. And then we got some White Wolf with their debut. This is Standing Alone, another great band. I have a couple albums of White Wolf. I like them. So here's a little more mellower, on the mellower side of it. Witness, female singer, great album. Pretty good stuff here, I like it. This is a great one here, Wasted, Pete Way, of course, Vices, really good band. And then we got some Warrior, another great album here. This is called Fighting for the Earth. Cool metal record. And then right in the middle of the glam, we got Vamp with The Rich Don't Rock. Pretty solid record. And then Tease, which this band became Rough House. I don't have Rough House. I used to have it on cassette. I love that album, but I need to find that Rough House on vinyl. But this is Tease. That's basically the band before them. And then I just got, this is a VCLT not long ago from my buddy Cosmic Brian. This is Tattoo with Blood Red. And they're kind of glam with a little bit of a thrash influence. You know, that's kind of a weird mixture, but that's kind of what they sound like. Good stuff. And of course the debut from Striper. Everyone knows Striper. I like them a lot. And Steeler, who had, you know, this is a great band. It's got Ron Keel on the vocals, Yngwie Malmsteen on the guitar, Mark Edwards again on drums. He was everywhere. Rick Fox on the bass. Great album, Steeler. And then we got some Noise Toys. This is probably my least favorite of all these. It's kind of goofy. It's all right. Falling in Lust Again. Yeah, it sounds about like it looks. And then I'll throw Mass in there too. So some Mass. This is a good album. Pretty solid band. And then for my cassettes, got some Slammin' Gladys. Pretty solid band. This one here is Shooting Gallery. This is really good. It's got the guitars from Hanoi Rocks. They do a really cool version of Brown Eyed Girl, the Van Morrison song on here. Pretty cool. And then some Shark Island. It's called Law of the Order. It's an alright album. Not my favorite. This one here I like a lot. Outlaw Blood. I think it's their only album. Really need to find that on vinyl. I like that one. And of course the great Blue Murder. John Sykes and Carmen Appice. Killer band. Love that one. And one of my favorites of all time, I, Napoleon. And there we go. That's my, the rest of the debuts I have from that era that are in this kind of genre here. So everyone have a great one. I'll see you next time. Thank you.